Episode 4 Trishanku Swarga. During the period in which Kaushika was absorbed in severe austerities, a king of the Ikshwaku lineage ruled in Ayodhya. His name was Trishanku. He was courageous, truthful, and striking in appearance. His governance was just, and his people prospered under his care. Yet, beneath these virtues lay a powerful attachment. He was deeply enamored of his physical form. So great was his pride in his beauty that he conceived an extraordinary desire. He wished to ascend to heaven in his earthly body without surrendering it to death. With this unusual request, he approached his guru, the venerable sage Vasishtha. "Revered master," he implored, "conduct whatever sacrifice is required, but grant me the grace to enter heaven in this very body." Vasishtha replied with calm wisdom, "Trishanku, you are overly attached to your physical form. Such attachment is not fitting for one who seeks heaven. Those who aspire to higher realms must renounce pride and all worldly clinging. You cannot ascend to heaven while holding fast to your body." The king was disappointed, but his desire did not diminish. Refusing to abandon his ambition, he next approached the sons of Vasishtha and presented his plea. "Your father has denied my request," he said earnestly, "but perhaps you will not turn me away." The sage's sons were outraged. "Do you dare," they said sternly, "ask us to accomplish what our revered father has refused? For such arrogance, may you fall from your present state." No sooner had they uttered the curse than its effect was visible. The handsome king's radiant form began to change. His once golden complexion darkened to the color of charred wood. His smooth, lustrous hair grew coarse and matted, twisting into rough knots. The noble bearing he had once cherished was transformed into a fearsome and distorted appearance. Thus did Trishanku's pride bring about his downfall. The change was complete. The golden ornaments that once gleamed upon Trishanku's body darkened and hardened into iron. His royal garments tore and hung in tatters. Those who stood beside him recoiled in horror. Terrified by the sudden transformation, they fled. His children withdrew. His ministers abandoned him. His subjects turned away. The king who had once desired to ascend to heaven in his beautiful form was now stripped even of earthly dignity. Alone and rejected, Trishanku wandered through forests in sorrow. At last, he reached the hermitage of Kaushika, who was still engaged in austerities. There, he poured out his grief. "Great sage," he pleaded, "have compassion on me. Deliver me from the suffering." Kaushika listened, and his heart softened. He saw in Trishanku not merely a fallen king, but a man burdened by a curse. "Fear not, O king," Kaushika assured him. "You are truthful and have ruled with righteousness. You are worthy of heaven. Whatever the curse pronounced by Vasishtha's sons, I shall counter it. I promise that you shall ascend to heaven
in this very body. Relief washed over Trishanku. Determined to fulfill his vow, Kaushika sent messengers to summon other sages dwelling in the forests. They came at his call. He explained the injustice suffered by Trishanku and declared, "Let us perform a great sacrifice. Through its power, we shall raise this king to heaven as he stands." The assembled sages hesitated inwardly, for they knew Kaushika's fierce resolve, yet none dared oppose him. They agreed. A grand ritual was begun. Kaushika himself presided as chief officiant. Learned priests, well-versed in sacred rites, conducted the ceremonies according to tradition. As the sacrifice neared completion, Kaushika invoked the gods to come and accept their share of the havis, the sacred offering. But no deity appeared. Silence lingered over the altar. Kaushika's eyes blazed with anger. Holding the vessel of oblations aloft, his voice thundered, "King Trishanku, though the gods have refused to receive these offerings, it matters not. By the power of the austerities I have performed, I shall grant you the fruit of penance. Rise, ascend to heaven in this very body." What followed left the assembled sages speechless. Before their astonished eyes, Trishanku began to rise from earth. Slowly, steadily, he ascended through the skies, lifted by the power of Kaushika's austerities. Higher and higher he soared, until he reached the very threshold of heaven. But there he was halted. Indra, sovereign of the celestial realm, barred his entry. "You are still a mortal," Indra declared, "and one who bears the curse of your guru's sons. Heaven is not open to you." With that, Indra cast him down. Trishanku plummeted from the heights, tumbling headlong toward the earth. As he fell, terror seized him, and he cried out in desperation, "Save me, O great sage, save me!" Kaushika heard the anguished plea. Fury surged within him like a volcanic eruption. In a voice that echoed like thunder across the heavens, he commanded, "Stop, Trishanku!" At once the fall ceased. Suspended in mid-air between heaven and earth, Trishanku hung upside down, neither rising nor descending. Kaushika's wrath burned even brighter. "I shall create another heaven," he proclaimed, "and I shall appoint another Indra." Summoning the immense power of his austerities, he began shaping a new celestial order. He created a fresh constellation of 7 sages, a new Saptarshi Mandala, and formed another array of stars in the southern sky. One by one, he set about establishing a parallel cosmos, even beginning to fashion new deities. Alarm spread among the gods. Led by Indra, they approached Kaushika with urgency and humility. "O great sage," they implored, "your power is beyond measure. Your creation is wondrous indeed. Let Trishanku remain where he now abides. We shall grant him the privileges and enjoyments of heaven in that suspended realm. But we beseech you, do not bring forth another Indra." Kaushika's anger gradually subsided. Considering their plea, he agreed. He ceased his act of creation and allowed Trishanku to remain in the sky, suspended between earth and heaven, yet blessed with celestial status. Thus was established the extraordinary realm known as Trishanku Swarga, a testament to the formidable power of Kaushika's will.